All right, everybody, welcome to another episode here. Today we're with Jerry here in Kitchener. We're looking at his duplex conversion. I know we've been showing you guys quite a few different conversions these days, but this one has a different layout, a little bit of a different floor plan, and I really like what he's doing here. So Jerry, maybe tell us a little bit about how you found this one. I guess it was on the market. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So Jerry VanLeeuwen, real estate investor, real estate agent or broker as well. I found this one on market. We actually won against 14 or 15 other offers in October. Ended up going $177,000 over asking just to secure the property. But looking at
it was probably priced low anyways.
Exactly.
Like, how much do you think you actually overpaid based on?
I think roughly I was probably about 25, 30K overpaid for what it was for market value at the time. But by the time I closed, I was already up probably 100K in equity.
Wow.
Just the way the market's moving right now. But a few of the reasons why I wanted it to is what you'll see in the basement. Basement height is awesome, side entrance, and then the layout is great for what I want to do with it.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool. So you've obviously been working on it for a few weeks here now. Maybe just tell us some of the things that you've done. You've knocked some things out here. You're putting up some. Yeah. You're putting up some framing here. So.
Yeah. So.
Looks pretty ugly, but this is actually pretty good progress for.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to do much more for their utilities and running wire and whatnot, so they're ready to start putting it back together at this point.
Yep. Yeah, actually, it was fairly easy actually for utility-wise, like not much that we had to take out or add. Now, Carson was the first one that I did. I added washrooms. I was just overzealous on a lot of it, but this one's fairly easy. So structural-wise, this wall was in a bit. They had about it was all the way. They had a 5-foot window almost here poking through. So I put in double ply 2x12s. Just standard code, engineered, wrote it off, and then we did a point load here going right down. Once you'll see in the basement, we actually did do a beam. There was actually a cement wall, cinder block wall through it as structural, and we knocked that out and put a 16-foot beam in that as well for the structural. So open that right up. I find, I know a lot of people don't like to get in the structural mess. I love it because that's what really transforms it. And when I go for refis, that's how I get the best value out of it because I know the flow is way better, and I can just have better options, I guess, with what the end result will be.
I always tell people, what's your strategic advantage? Like when you're getting into a property like this, do you have an advantage over other people? And being a realtor, you've been in and out of so many different properties that you know what would work, how to open it up. Is it possible? Is it not possible? If it's just a matter of paying for some beams, getting some, plans stamped by an engineer, that's not too bad. And you've also opened up the kitchen here, and I know you're going to put in a powder room with laundry, because when you're doing a duplex conversion, I believe you have to have laundry in each unit. That's just part of.
Yeah, we have to have a hook up in each unit. I think one unit has to have at least the laundry washer and dryer, but hook up for sure in both. So yeah, that's what we are doing. We're adding a powder room over here. That's all going to be separation walls. So we're going to actually put Sonopan insulation for noise cancellation. And then we're going to do studding about 5 feet in, powder room at the front, and we got a pantry, and then we separate 30 inches for the laundry going to be recessed. So it is off to the side. We got some distance between that entranceway and the living areas here as well, so we shouldn't have as much noise problems as well. So, and then kitchen along the wall, doing a nice big island here, and just doing a flat top stove. So I didn't want to move the plumbing off that wall and get into that either, so we've just kept the stove here.
That's always nice to have it right. You can look out the window.
Yeah.
Now, for people that don't know what Sonopan is, for any of the listeners, can you describe what you're doing there to break the sound?
Yeah, Sonopan is it's like a fiberboard pretty much, and it's you just put it up before you actually put your drywall up, and it just dampens different frequencies of sound. It's dimpled. It breaks apart very easily when you're using it.
We'll try to find some images so we can throw them up in the video so people see what we're talking about. Because there's different options when people are trying to do soundproofing.
Yep.
Some people do resilient channels, some people are doing green glue, some people are doing all three.
I do all three. I do double 5/8 drywall, and then I do resilient channel, and then I put the Sonopan in between the resilient channels. And I found, not using the adhesive, the soundproofing adhesive, I just use caulking. And between double 5/8, it still absorbs its vibrations that it's absorbing, but it's a fraction of the cost too from what that stuff is, right?
Exactly. So I know you guys are saying the tiles are holding up really well. If you guys need to smash them up, that should be fun to do.
Yeah.
This layout up here is going to be a 2-bedroom, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, two bedrooms over there, washroom, dining room, living room. We are gonna throw, we're doing a 42-inch fireplace. So what I do like to do in each of the units is actually just have a separate additional heat source. So we'll do a 42-inch fireplace on that wall. We'll bulk it out, probably about 10 inches, recess that's Napoleon fireplace, and then we'll do the TV above it.
Yes.
because I
The heat source would be nice. I can I can see my breath right now. So this is the second property of the day where there's been like no heat. But
the furnace is literally just going in. He was here yesterday. So.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest piece, especially in the basement.
Yeah, you got to have some sizzle.
Cool.
You got to have like some kind of a wow factor. Yeah. And so you're going to Airbnb both units or just one of the units?
Doing both.
Going to do both. Cool. So what a lot of people are doing just to make the numbers work better, these duplex conversions are expensive. It's expensive to purchase, expensive to renovate. How can you overcome your input costs? Well, we can do medium-term rental, short-term rental. You know, that's your strategic advantage there. Mm-hmm. So that's what's actually pricing a lot of people out of the market. They're like, I can't cash flow anymore because they don't want to figure out how they can actually short-term rent it.
Yep. Like I'm estimating even on this with 2 bedrooms, and you'll see in the basement, I made it so I could possibly put king beds in there as well. Like I'm probably 30.
Yeah, king could fit in that one. That one would be tight.
Yeah, it would be tight. But like 3,300 to 3,600 bucks per unit per month.
Yes.
With what I know of the area.
So, that's almost 1% of purchase price.
Right, yeah.
I mean, so now all in, what do you think you're going to be, are you paying like time and materials for this one, or have you got a quote on what you feel it's going to cost to renovate it?
My budget was $120 to get everything done. I'm on pace for it, if not a little bit under. I've sourced a lot of the stuff myself and just had my own trades come in, which has been a lifesaver.
Yeah, I know if you're just seeing the project yourself, you're going to save a little bit.
Yeah. Well, one of the quotes I got was $250K for this.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I know. It's like everybody who has a hammer and a little bit of skill, they're a rock star these days. And I mean, hey, we do need contractors. Contractors are in demand, and not enough people in the trades these days for sure. But don't go charge us like FU prices, guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Well, I like the main floor layout here. Let's go check out the basement and see what's going on down there and check out the ceiling height.
Let's do it.
We're in the basement right now. Lots of ceiling height here, even with these the ductwork here. Are you guys going to keep the ductwork as is, or are you guys going to try to flatten it out?
It'll be kept as is because we got it. So this beam I have exactly 1 inch to work with right now. So I'm doing 1/2 inch. I want to get the 1/2 inch drywall right to the beam, and then obviously 1/4 inch floor. I'll be right at that 6'5" mark.
Because you're a tall guy, right? If you stand under this beam.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just don't want to paint it yellow if I go under the 6'5" mark. So
that's right.
Down here, so where we're standing right now, there was the cinder block. There was 2 man doors, like one here and one on that side. The walls continue, like there's cinder block on either side of the beam here. But there was about, I think, 9 or 10 feet that we knocked out and then re-supported with the beam.
Yeah. So what does something like this cost? Like for you, like the labor to knock it out and then to go put this beam in?
Yeah. I paid
what kind of a price point?
I think the labor, like it was part of the demo cost too. I paid a total of $3K for all my demo, pretty much in the basement unit. They knocked the wall out, and then I just studded it out on either side and waited for my beam to come. The beam was $800, and then I got framers that came in and just helped me load it up and jack it in, right? Yeah. So overall, like
was it 3, 4 guys to?
Oh yeah, 4 guys, and then we hauled it through the window right behind you. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta
the
do.
first beam actually got stolen. Just to note.
What?
Whoa.
First beam on the side of the road. It was dumped on the garbage the night before garbage day, and scrappers came along in a little Hyundai car, loaded into a 5-foot trailer, and drove away with it.
Wow. I guess your neighbors told you about what happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's crazy, guys. Wow.
But yeah, other than that,
Insurance doesn't pay for that sort of stuff.
No.
That's for sure.
No.
So, little lesson: make sure if you're going to get the beam dropped off, have them like bring it up the driveway or just tuck it on the side of the house or something like that. They're heavy though.
Oh yeah.
No, this is going to be a great layout down here, and I see that what you put on the floor down here looks just like strand board, but it's not strand board. This is dry core. So this is what dry core looks like, and why do people use that?
So it acts as a vapor barrier too once it's put together, and then it has insulation, so it's actually going to warm your floors up as well. And you can frame right on top of it. So we put that down first, and it's just easier to get right through it. And then I frame right on top of it. Don't have to worry about poly. You don't have to do any of that stuff.
Yes.
So
that's cool. What does that stuff go for roughly per square foot? It just comes in sheets, right?
$2, $2.50 a square foot. You're about $10 a board, and it's 2x2 boards. Yeah. So altogether, this was, with waste, I think it was around 1,200 square feet of the board that I had. So, yeah.
It adds up.
Yep.
It adds up
But
for sure.
it's consistent. It takes away any of the weaves too. Like if they're I had a bunch of the self-leveling concrete that I had to do over here because we dug up that whole corner here for plumbing, because that's going to be our new bathroom. They had finished this prior to me actually taking ownership. There was a bathroom on this side and they had literally just did it probably a couple years ago.
Oh, wow.
But it just didn't work with my layout and what I wanted. I wanted full separations from the bathroom to the bedrooms, kitchen. I wanted the flow, so I just made this decision to cut that, capped everything and filled it, and then moved the bathroom over here. So what you're seeing behind is going to be our kitchen. So we did the kitchen, so fridge will be first, and then the window of just cabinets, stove along that wall. And this time we actually did, we spent a little extra and just actually got electrical and water plumbing put to the island. So that's going to be a nice long 6 or 8. I haven't decided on actually which length. I want to see how it goes, fits in, but 6 or 8 foot island.
And that's what this is for,
here.
right? Because this is your plumbing here, and then this is going to be where you guys are pushing your electrical through, right? So lots of time, you need to have some ways to chase the wires. So I know I ran one of these even in our backyard for our cement. We had to future-proof if we ever want a hot tub, so we just put in the conduit so we could just fish stuff through.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's going smooth down here. A lot of these walls are already studded. That I'll have to redo some of the tape because I know the rule for tape has changed here, so I'll redo some of the tape on it. But overall, like my construction cost down here is fairly minimal considering I had to knock some stuff out, but also all that framing's already there, all the insulation's already there. Like the biggest insulation I'm going to do is in between the joists just for soundproofing.
Yeah.
So
well, you need to catch a break once in a while when you're doing these types of renovations. That's for sure. So where's the furnace going to be? I see a furnace back over here. Is it going to stay there?
Yep. Yeah. So actually, we pushed it over about 4 inches. He's just doing the steel work this weekend where he's just going to weave it in. So it stays within my 36 inches there for the furnace room. Kept it nice and tight. Has its own drain there as well. So that's what we're going to fireproof in there. And then you have the bathroom in behind us. The laundry hookup is behind the furnace. And then we have toilet in the center, and then tub shower will come along the wall with the stairs there, and then vanity as well. So
good. Yeah. No, I like your idea of keeping it totally separate from the bedrooms. So that's a great idea. And this furnace will heat and cool the whole house.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. My
you guys
plan
have to do fire dampers in there or anything for fire code?
Sprinkler. I'm not doing sprinkler. I am doing the smoke detector cutoff. That will, if they do detect the smoke, it'll show
there.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What I'm going to do different too from Carson is I'm actually going to do a thermostat down here. So if it is colder down here, it'll run a little longer to heat the basement rather than just having it upstairs, which I have at Carson, which is sometimes can be a pain, but also if you dampen the depending on your season, you just close the vents a little bit and it works fine. So
yes. But you might need a new air conditioner outside. I saw your air conditioner. It's about this big, and it's really old.
There's one in the garage.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody. Don't be taking the AC anybody. So.
Another thing too for ventilation too is we ran the 5-inch vents for any of the basements. So just a little more flow into the basement, hoping to increase that. That's just from what I learned from the first one, right? So I want to have bigger venting coming to the basement, and we have 3 returns. So we're doing a return right off the front bathroom here, like by the stairs, and then we're doing a return in each bedroom as well, just to keep the bedrooms a little more warm as well.
Yeah, so. It's a big thing, right? For people that are doing these duplex conversions, the heat rises so that it heats up your top floor really easily. And you got to keep, even though the basement's insulated, you're below grade, all that sort of stuff, you still struggle to keep this one just as warm. Any house is going to struggle with basement heat and stuff, but with that dry core, with the bigger vents, with the thermostat down here, I think you'll win the battle this time for sure.
I think so too. And we are doing a fireplace as well. Same thing as upstairs down here as well. So
people love it, man.
Yeah.
For sure. And with these big egress windows, it's going to look, it's already got quite a bit of light down here right now. It's going to look even brighter with the windows. We're looking forward to seeing it. We'll have to come back and do a after tour when it's a little bit more ready to rent. But any advice to people that are thinking about getting into duplex conversions? It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
You got to be able to identify the opportunities. You got to have the bank. You got to be able to bankroll them, and then you got to be able to know what to do with them after, right? To be able to manage these Airbnbs. So.
Yep. I'd say the advice is it all starts from the beginning, really, right? Getting one that has the capability to do it, right? So if you're into making it better in regards for the flow, like if the structural aspects will make it work. But also ceiling height is the biggest one, because that's the tough part I found, especially in certain areas that are all below 7 feet.
Excellent, guys. Well, that's Jerry's duplex conversion here over on Heather Street in Kitchener. So stay tuned for more episodes. We're always highlighting investors. If you have an interesting project that you'd like to get highlighted someday, drop us a comment, send us a direct message, and we'll make sure that we can give you a platform to stand on here too. We want to see people that are doing big things, people that are doing interesting projects. So until next time, friends, please hit the like button, please subscribe, share this content out to your friends, and be amazing.